Maths Live. I didn't actually expect so many people to be watching. It's such a beautiful day, and I even thought, should I do the lesson? It's so nice. Everyone's going to be outside, because we were outside this morning. I just thought, oh, I can't cancel it. So I'm very, very impressed. Thank you. If you've just come in just to do this, wonderful. I've got Sharia in Coventry, got Harry in Nottingham, Catherine in Northampton, Aidan, I can't remember where you are, but hello Aidan. I'll do some more shout outs now because I know loads of them are popping up. Quick starter session, just to remember from a few weeks ago, can you try and convert these decimal fraction percentages? So for the first one, I've given you the fraction, and I'd like you to try and remember what the percentage of the decimal is. And for the second one, a bit of a tricky one, so be careful. I've given you the decimal. Can you work out what the percentage and the fraction might be? Give this a go. I'll do some more shout outs and then we'll get started. Ah yes, Aidan, you're in St Albans. Brilliant. Thomas and Oliver in Sheffield, hello. Hi Amelia in London, thank you for joining in again. Hi James and Alex in Walthamstow, London. Thank you. Hi Keenan in Norwich. Hi Namira. Hi Alicia, aged 11 in Eastham. Hello. Hi Daisy in Bridgend. Oh, got some answers coming in. Hi Lily Rose. Hi Aidelin. Hi Heidi in Broughton. Hi Kate and Matthew. Just sorry, from the Isle of Man, hello. Super. Right, so we'll get started. Hope it's a beautiful day where you are as well. It's absolutely lovely. Went to the park this morning with my little girl. Lovely, lovely. So, converting these. The best way to do this is to focus on the decimal, because we use decimal place values. So remember, the first part of the decimal after the decimal point is tenths, and then it's hundredths, and then it's thousandths. So we go to the first one. This is 45 over 100, but it can also be said as 45 out of 100, 45 hundredths. So this would simply be 0.45, and again it's 45 out of 100, so it's 45%. So remembering that 100% is a whole, as much as you can have. So if it's 45 out of 100, it's 45%. Now the second one I actually do be careful about, because like we said before, this one is tenths and this one is hundredth. So it's 7 hundredths. So it's 7 out of 100, which would mean it would just be 7%. Well done with that, giving it a go. Now then, funny lesson today, because this week we're doing ratio and proportion, but it only needs 3 lessons of that, and I can't do a lesson on Friday. But I was thinking, right, what can I do? And I knew that percentages and numbers really links well with proportion. So I thought, and I've already done a lesson on this, not live. It's on my YouTube page. So I've already done a quick lesson on this, but I thought, well, let's do one live. If you've already watched it, it's great revision. You'll need it a lot in year 6 and going up into secondary school. So why not have a go? We'll come back to the challenge questions in a minute. So percentage of numbers. You see it everywhere. If something's 50% off, that means it's half price. You might go to a shop, they're having a sale, 20% off, okay? And then you think, right, if it's 20% off, whatever it says on the label, how much does it actually cost? You might have 20% of a class go out to play, and then the other 80% go into assembly. How many children go out to play? How many children go into assembly? It's used a lot in statistics. The ones that we know quite well are saying that 50%, if you have 50% of something, it's half. So you split something in half. So I'll go into the challenge. The challenge question was 50% of 10. So you split 10 in half, so that's 5. Okay. The other one is 25%. So if you have 25% of a number, that means you're dividing it by 4. And why that is because, remember, a whole is 100%. If you have 100%, if you get 100% in the test, you get full marks. And if you split 100 4 times, it's 25, 25, 25, and 25. So if you have 25% of a number, that means you divide it by 4. So for example, if you have 25% of 12, 12 divided by 4 is 3. And you can check that because if you do 3, 6, 9, 12, you get your answer. But it's not always as simple as that. So those are the ones you can remember quite easily. It's when we get to things like when you're asked, what is 39% of 372? That's where you think, huh? But there's a trick. The two most, I think even more important than 50%, 25%, the two most important percentages you can use is 10% and 1%. Because if you can find 10% and 1% of a number, you can find any percentage of any number, and I'm going to show you how. First of all, you need to know how to find 10%. If you're going to find 10% of the number, that is the same as dividing it by 10. And if you're finding 1% of a number, that is the same as dividing it by 100. So let's have a number. Say 14. And we want 10% of 14. That means I've got to divide 14 by 10. Remember, on a whole number, the decimal place is always hiding next to it. So if I divide 14 by 10, I'm just moving the decimal point once to the left. So 10% of 14 is 1.4. If I wanted to find 10% of 253, the decimal point is always hidden next to the whole number. I just move the decimal point once to the left. So 10% of 253 is 25.3. Why it's important to find 10% is because if you find 10%, you then have 20%, 30%, 40%. Because if you have 10%, and I found my 10% now, if I wanted to make it into 40%, I just then times it by 4, but I'll come back to that. So I've shown you how to find 10%, you divide it by 10. 1%, you divide it by 100. So let's try a number. Say if I have, let's do 253 again. So there was my hidden decimal point. Now I don't just jump it once to the left, I jump it twice. So 1% of 253 is 2.53. Let's try another number. So I want 1%, let's just say it's 23. Think, what do I do now then? So there's my hidden decimal point. So I jump it twice. 1, 2. So my decimal point is now there. So that's 0.23 or 0.23. I'm going to show you this. I'm going to use that every time. So you'll see me practicing it with lots. So imagine a question. Right, I've been asked to find 13% of 27. Right, here's what I do immediately. I'm going to find 10% and I'm going to find 1%. Before I do any calculating, I'm going to find both of those facts, and when I've got both of those facts, I'm ready to find 13%. Right, 10% of 27, there's my decimal point for 27, move it once to the left, 2.7. 1% of 27, there's my decimal point, it's now going to jump 2 to the left, 1, 2, so it's there, so it's 0.27. I've got my 10% for 13, but I don't want 1%, I want 3%. So now I need to times my 0.27 by 3. So 3 sevens are 21. 2 threes are 6, 7, 8. And then I've got my 0 point. Right, I've got 3% and I've got 10%. I can now make 13%. How I do that is, I do 2.7 plus 0.81. Get rid of this calculator, I don't need it now. Add it together. 1, 15, 3. So 13% of 27 is 3.51. Okay, I'll show you another one. It's just, like I say, if you get that 10% and that 1%, you're sorted. So I'm going to try bigger percentages now. I'm going to put it up here. 44% of, let me think of a bigger number, 139. 44% of 139. Right, 10% and 1%. So 139. Here's my decimal point. It's a whole number. Move it once to the left. 13.9. And then 1%. There's my decimal point. Move it once, twice. 1.39. Okay. I don't want 10%. I need 40%. So I'm going to times that by 4. And the same with the 1%. I don't want 1%. I want 4%. So I'm going to times that by 4. So let's do 100 times by 4. So 9 4s 36. Let's think then. 4 3s are 12, 13, 14, 15. 1 4 is 4, 5. So 10% of 13.9 is 55.6. So I've got my 40% now. I'm sorted, I've got my 40%. And now I can just move the decimal point here, can't I? So now I need 4% of 1.39. So 9 fours, again, 36. See what you spot here. See what you spot. 3 fours, 12, 13, 14, 15. There's my decimal point. And 1 4 is 4, 5. Yeah, so actually all that's happened is the decimal point has moved just as the same as the last question. And now I've got my 40%, I've got my 4%, now I just need to add it together. I'm going to move this so it's a bit, I'm going to do it down here. Always make it clear. So 5.56, so that's 6, 11, 11 again, and 6. So 44% of 139 is 61.16. And you know that's about right because 44% isn't far off half. And 61%, you'd say, yeah, it's maybe just under half of that number. So if you had a number like, 22, you'd be thinking, oh no, that's a long way out, that doesn't work. So let's go to the challenge questions. The challenge questions that are posted at 10 o'clock each morning. I've already done the first one for you. That was 50% of 10. So I'm going to do question 3, question 2, question 3. I'll have a look at see what people are writing and then we'll go through it. So question 2 was what is 10% of 240? And the third one was a tricky one. 87% of 452. If you've already had a go at this one, check it. Have another go, just check it, make sure. Oh, gosh, there's a lot of you taking part there. Right, let's have a look. Hi, Namira. Oh, well done, everyone. There's so many answers. Brilliant. Hi, Connie, please. Hi. Oh, sorry. Hi. Hello, Connie. Thank you for joining in on the bank holiday. Hi, Noah in Northern Ireland. Oh, answers coming in for the first one already. You've all gone quiet. It is a tricky one, the third one. But that's fine. We do have an answer from Harry. Don't worry, Amelia, like I say, we're going to go through it. It's something that's really practiced in year 6, so even if you're just watching, you're still learning, okay? So, 10% of 240. So our decimal point is always hidden next to the whole number. So if you're doing 10%, you jump once to the left. So 10% of 240 is just 24. Yeah, 24. Now with this one, I'm going to put this up here, 87% of 452, because I need some space for this one. Right, 10%, 1%. It's 10% of 452, and I need 1% of 452. So, if I'm finding 10%, my decimal point was here. It jumps once to the left, so it's 45.2. In fact, I'm just going to write it, because otherwise I'm taking up too much room. So 10% of 452. There's my decimal point, always hidden next to the whole number. Jump once, so 10% is 45.2. 1%, again, just write the number out, keep it there. Right, there's the decimal point, and it's going to jump twice now, so 1, 2, which is 4.52. Now, I don't want 10%, I want 80%, so I'm going to times my answer by 8. But I don't want 1%, I want 7%, so I'm going to times this answer by 7. So let's do some calculating. So 5.2 times by 8. 2 8s are 16. 5 8s are 40, so that's 41. And 4 8s are 32, so plus the 4 is 36. So 10% of 452 is, 80% is 361.6. And then to find 1%, we've got 4.52 times by 7. 2 7s are 14. 5 7s are 35, so that's 36. And 4 7s are 28, so 29, 30, 31. So then it is 31.64. So now, I've got my 80%, I've got my 7%, I need to add it together, and I'll have 87%. So that's 4, 2 6s are 12. One and 1 is 3. 6. What am I doing here? Why am I? Yeah, 2 6. I thought I was multiplying it because I did 2 6 and 12. 1 is 3. 6, that's 9 and 3. Oh, Harry, did you put that as your answer? Let me have a look. Let me have a look. Scroll up, scroll up. Nearly. Very, you were so close. Well done. So 393.24, just those decimal places. So 87% of 452 is 393.24. Well done. Okay, your turn now. I'm going to give you some challenge questions. I'm not going to do as many today because I know some of it takes a little bit of quite a lot of calculating. So we're going to start quite easy and then we'll go on to the harder ones. So question 1 and question 2 is 25% of 28. And then 30% of 144. So give those a go for me. 25% of 28 and 30% of 144. Oh my gosh, I didn't think that was going to get that right. Oh, well done. Hi, Iona in Tunbridge Wells. Hi, Fionn in Northern Ireland. Oh wow, you're quick, you guys. Brilliant, well done. Hi Lucy from Nen, thank you for joining in. Okay, a lot of people getting the answer to the first one, well done. Okay, give you a few more seconds. I'll start with the first one, and then while you're doing that, can we work on the second one? Right, the first one I gave you was a little bit of a trick, because 25%, as I said at the beginning of the lesson, is you split a number into 4. And it's really nice if the number's in the 4 times table, like this one is. So rather than having to find 10% and 1%, with 25%, you just divide it by 4. So 28 divided by 4 is 7. So that one, we don't really need to do any working out. This one, we have to do it a little bit. So we actually only need to find 10% though. There's no 1% in this one. So 10% is if we get 144 and we jump the decimal point once to the left, that's 14.4. We've got 10%, we need 30%, so we times our answer by 3. So 4 3s are 12. 4 3s are 12 again, but we've got a 1, so that's 13. And 1 3 is 3 plus 4, so that's 43.2. Let's have a look, let's have a look, let's have a look. Wow! Amazing! That's brilliant, guys. Well done. Right. Last two, but they are going to be a little bit harder. But like I say, this is like upper year 6 stuff, these ones here. So either just watch if you're not sure, or just give it a go. Give it your best shot. Yeah, there's no harm in it. So let's think. I'm going to do 64% of 55. I won't make it a big number. That's number 1. And then number 2 is 79% of, I'm going to do a bigger number this time. Ooh, 1,902.6. There's already a decimal place in that one. Give it a go. Hi, Ryan and Callum in Edinburgh. Oh, I hope it's a lovely day up there as well. love how quiet you've gone. I actually really like it. It shows you all working so hard. Don't worry, I'm just going to write question 2 up here. Just so I've got space to do number 1 in a minute. I'll give you 1 more minute. Oh, got some answers. I don't want to start too quickly because I don't want to interrupt you if you're doing your calculating, because I know you'll want to watch how I do the answer. I'll do it nice and slowly, okay, because these are the last 2. So, 10%, 1%. I need both of these now because there's 1 in each column. So, 55 and 55. So, 10% would be 5.5 and 1% would be 0.55, 0.55. I want 6 lots of this. And I want 4 lots of this because I don't want 10%, I want 60%. And I don't want 1%, I want 4%. So, 5.5 times by 6. 6 5s are 40. 6 5s are 40 again. So, that's 44. Oh, that doesn't make any sense, does it? What have I done there? Is it 4.4? I'm going to do that again. Brain's not working. It's because it's so warm. 5.5 times by 6. Come on, Steph. So, 6 5s are 30 as well, not even 40. What's going on? 5 6s are 30. 6, 7, 8. No! 30. 6. Please tell me I'm right there. I don't know what's wrong with my brain. 6. I'm going to have to check this. 6 5s are 30. 3. 6 5s are 30 plus... Blah, 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 blah. How many times I've not done one of those recently. And then we do 0.55. I have to get this one right. I think it's because I was looking at the 4 and I was getting distracted. 5 4s are 20. So 2 down there. And then 5 4s are 20 again. And then if I add 2 to 20, that's 22. And then nothing times 4 is nothing. Plus the 2, nothing plus 2 is 2. So that's 2.2. Okay? Add those together. I've totally messed this up, haven't I? I feel I'm not doing this right. What's wrong with me? What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? This is fun, isn't it? Not doing it right. So 5 5 6 5s are 30 and 5 6s, oh, 30, 33. I bet you're all laughing your heads off. Honestly, it happens. It happens. Because I could see, I was thinking that can't be right because 64, that means it's over halfway. Right, blame it on the bank holiday. So if I add these two together now, hopefully I've got my 60%, and hopefully I've now got my 44%. So if I add that together, that's 35.2. Please help me say I've got that right. I hope you're all laughing. Yeah. You're like, Steph, you need to do this. It's not right. Oh dear. Thank you guys for putting up with that. You guys, because I know there'll be a few of you catching up later because obviously you're enjoying the sunshine. You'll be like, what is going on? Right, one more question, I promise. I'll try and get this one right. So we've got 79% of 192.6. So 10% of 192.6 is that I have to move the decimal place once more. So it's 119.26. Tricky one, that one. And then I have to find 1% of the same number. And that is 1.926. So I don't want 10%, I want 70%. So I get 19.26 and I times it by 7. And I hope I'm going to be able to do this right. 6 sevens are 42. And then 2 sevens are 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I'm going to laugh about that all day. All day. 9 sevens are 63, plus 1 is 64. Okay? And 1 7 is 7. And then plus 6, I think, is 13. So, we've got now our 70%, which is 134. So 70%, 134.82. Now we need to find our 9%. So 1% is 1.926. We times that by 9. So 9 sixes are 54. 2 9s are 18. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. 9 9s are 81. 82, 83. I'm on a roll here. I'm getting them right. 1 9 is 9. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So that means that 9% is 17.334. So if I add this together to make 79%, that is 4, 5, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 4 plus 7 is 11, so that's 12. 1 plus 3 is 4, plus that's 5. Oh, there we go. So 79% of 192.6 is 152.154. Let's have a look. Wow! Wow, 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 wow. Wow. So I feel like that. It's 2 o'clock. When's it finished? It would have finished at 2 o'clock if Steph hadn't been faffing around with the other question. No, that's it. That's the only questions I'm doing today, thankfully. Thank you for so much joining us. Thank you for so much for putting up that with that mistake. Hello to those people that join in later. I hope you all enjoy your lovely, lovely bank holiday. I'm going to be back tomorrow. We're going to do 3 days of ratio and proportion. It is a tricky topic, but as ever with Maths Live, I hope I can break it down and correctly teach you how it works, what it is, and so on. Anyway, see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Oh, and try the challenge question.